And the players getting reacquainted prior to the tip. A pretty loose atmosphere out there. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke will be along, too, from the sideline. And time now to take a quick look at our State Farm lineups. And, guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, Westbrook is a physical presence, Kevin. And you see it at both ends of the floor. He attacks you offensively, and then defensively, he's constantly playing the passing lanes and looking for steals.
And when he does come up with the steal, you better foul him quick. Once he gets ahead of steam, he's likely to put a defender and the ball through the rim.
For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against Toronto.
Well, that one was a very physical game, and it played right into their hands. You know, a lot of their points came at the foul line, Clark.
Yeah, and it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So don't forget about that part of it either.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. It's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. Wasted no time on that one. Wade's got the first points of the night for the Heat.
A good way to get things started here.
Steve, always nice to get the first points up on the board. At least I felt that way.
Westbrook gets a screen from Perkins. Westbrook drives in from about 16. He squares up and sinks it. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder in their last game, a loss to the Warriors in Oakland.
And it's hard to point out anything that they did well in that loss. And the game never got out of hand, but they were pretty shaky across the board.
And, Steve, you know how optimistic and positive I am, and I had a tough time finding anything positive either. I mean, my goodness, they did keep it somewhat close. I guess that's the best I can say at this point.
Well, what's the old saying? If you can't say something nice about someone, well, don't say anything at all.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And that's the only way to stop him, Clark. The defender has to be all over him with a hand in his face.
You know, when you're guarding LeBron, you prefer him taking outside jumpers. He's a solid shooter, a much improved shooter, but he's so devastating and demoralizing going inside. You'd much rather force him to take challenge perimeter shots.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. It gets you a good look at the hoop.
Bosh hits the pick for Wade. Off the screen.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
Yeah, a breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Clark, you mentioned LeBron's jump shot. Steve, it's something he's really worked on.
Yeah, you know, when he came into the league, he was very inconsistent with his motion. There were some balance issues, but in the 2008 offseason, he rebuilt his motion, tried to keep his elbow in a little bit more than he did in the past. He's become a much better shooter. He's still a little bit streaky, but still, his game is all about going inside and wreaking havoc in the paint.
Good.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
The Heat have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. There's the double team with Westbrook. Stolen by Collison. It's Durant on the win. And stolen by Chalmers. And oh, here we go. Chalmers has got it. A fast break chance.
And some instant offense coming for them after that steal.
Yeah, that's terrific, beautiful transition basketball. No chance at all for the defense to get back and set up.
Thunder trailing by 5.
I'll tell you what, I remember Scott Brooks as a player, and he was feisty. He was not super talented, but what he was tough, and he loved to defend. He would pick you up 94 feet and just harass you all over the floor.
Durant, covered by LeBron. It's Durant with the drive. That's good. Durant's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, the thing that comes to mind to me is how effective he is around the rim. He can finish with either hand and finish strong.
And I'd say this about him, too. I mean, if you're the guy defending him, you better be on your toes because he can take you off the dribble very easily and effectively.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Hasheem Thabeet, who's checked in for Perkins. And it's Martin in for Nick Collison. And here's Chalmers from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And they say the best teams take on the personality of their coaches. Steve, you talked about Coach Scott Brooks, feisty, defensively minded coach. Can you see it rubbing off on his team a bit?
Oh, for sure. And this is a team that's built on defense first and foremost. You get caught up watching Westbrook and Durant and Harden and how good they are offensively. But you really need to remind yourself that this team, the cornerstone is its defense, and that comes from Brooks. That's the foundation, and I think that's the way this team will be as long as Brooks is the coach.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in Oakland. Lifts up. The layup missed.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. After winning the first meeting against the Thunder, he wanted to make sure his team wasn't overly confident heading into this one. Coach told me, you go up against a team who has born competitors like Westbrook and KD. If you beat them once, they'll be coming at you twice as hard next time. We need to be prepared for that. Let's see if they can hold up, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And they played the Thunder once earlier in the season.
And in winning that last game, guys, they drove the lane and attacked the basket very aggressively. It led to them drawing a lot of contact inside and causing some foul trouble for their opponent.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Hashim Thabit. Jones comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Cole. Stolen by Martin. And the Thunder pushing it up now. That drops. Here's Cole. They trail by 6. Kicks it to Bosh. Looking to end the run. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
You know, guys, things did not go nearly as well as he would have liked when he stepped up to the free throw line last game.
No, his foul shots just were not dropping for him the other night.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
The first one falls, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Bosh nails both of them.
You know, for a big man, he really stripes those free throws.
The Thunder leading by 4. Now here's Jackson. Here's Liggins. Back to Jackson. With 1 on the clock. And there's another one for the Thunder. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Thunder out in front, leading by 6. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
Next Wednesday, LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Deron Williams and the Brooklyn Nets. Don't miss it.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, Steve, Clark, what do you think?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
So with Bosh on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. They've got Mike Miller. LeBron James is out there with Joel Anthony. Then it's Allen, and it's Cole in at the point. And Durant backing in. Here's Jackson. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Heat trail by 6.
Well, about the only knock on LeBron is just that he can't get it done in the fourth quarter of big games.
I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost. Well, it's kind of scary when you play against Miami. I mean, that talent is so overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them, just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
The Thunder leading by 8. Durant with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Lets it go from deep. Durant, no good. Now the Heat with it. Pass to Cole. Back to LeBron. Just his first attempt. Kevin Martin with the rebound. And it might seem like a bit of, bunker approach, but if you are faced with giving LeBron and Wade a jump shot or a dunk, there isn't too much hesitation on a big poke in your answer.
No, I would agree. I mean, there are a couple of things that scare you about the Heat. First, they can knock down outside shots and beat you if you try to go to a zone and close off driving lanes. And secondly, they're still probably able to find a way to get inside and dunk through you or over you.
It's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, they come at you in a couple of different ways.
LeBron kicks to Anthony. There's Miller with the 3. Tries again. And Anthony with the lay-in. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
Well, not only does he excel at getting those offensive rebounds, but he's really good getting putbacks and layups off of those boards.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh has checked in for Joel Anthony. Haslam comes in for Mike Miller. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Ray Allen. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. The Heat trail by 8. Now LeBron, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. To the inside. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Stolen by Bosh. This is Chalmers up top. Pass to Bosh. It's a look. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. 6 points for Chris Bosh.
Well, Bosh is a skilled power forward. He has a polished face-up game. What he really wants to do is catch the ball 15, 17 feet out, turn, face, and use either that jump shot or the quickness to get around his defender.
Well, a big part of his versatility is the accurate jump shot. I mean, able to spread the floor for his teammates as penetrators, and with his 6'11" height, it's a tough shot to recover to.
And a lot of people aren't aware of this, but Eric Spoelstra's father was once the general manager of the Portland Trail Blazers. And Eric went on to play at the University of Portland, had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
LeBron kicks to Chalmers. We've got 1:28 left now here in the second. The Thunder pull it in. The Beat's got his 4th rebound in this one. And for Coach Spoelstra, Steve, as you mentioned, family ties in the business of basketball. He's been around it since he was a little guy.
Yeah, he knew relatively early on in his life that he wanted to stay around the game. After
How about that basketball, man? Wow. Call it hang time and bang time.
Unbelievable.
You got to just shake your head on that one.
Bosh double teamed. LeBron over Durant. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Bosh.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three-point line.
Outside Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. They double him with LeBron. It's stolen by Haslam. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Haslam on him. And the shot is good. And that's 13 points for Kevin Durant.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Wade gets a screen from Bosh. Good. And 11 points for Wade.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that concludes the first half. Thunder lead by 8. Well, folks, stick around here.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday. The Lakers are playing at Staples Center as they go up against the Jazz. That one gets going at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. That's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
Russell Westbrook out there with DeAndre Liggins. And it's Durant. Then there's Hasheem Thabeet, and it's Collison in at the 4 shot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. For 3, Durant. No good. And it's Miami the other way.
Kevin Durant. How about
high wire flying out there? That'll drop your jaw.
Well, when you talk about players, Kevin, who can break down defenses off the dribble and create their own offense, to me, Dwayne Wade is at the top of that list.
Yeah, you know what? He's a crevice encroacher. In other words, he can get to places you don't think he can get to. This guy gets through cracks and crevices and finishes at the rim with a high degree of success and difficulty as well. He's special in that regard. So far, he hasn't made much of a... Don't do that to him. That was fantastic. Wow.
And Clark, the degree of difficulty.
Amazing.
That was amazing.
And a chance now to look at the small forwards who have been dominant this season offensively. Kevin Durant, number 1. LeBron James, 3rd. Outside Westbrook. Collison, the pass to Durant. And stolen by LeBron. Goes up the baseline. And it's Miami with another.
Not a lot going wrong for them on offense in the early part of the third. I mean, that's 3 makes on 4 tries now.
They set the pick. Westbrook drives in. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. Mario Chalmers picks one up.
The thing that I like about Russell Westbrook is that he steadily improves each year. You know, he's so devastating as a penetrator and a finisher in transition. And his jump shot is getting better, too. He's not elite, but it's gotten to the point where he can hit it consistently. And that's why he's such an amazing scorer.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Hasheem Thabeet.
That was a real hard it up. That's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Westbrook against Chalmers. Outside Westbrook. Perkins with a screen on Chalmers. Westbrook dishes to Perkins. Stuffs it through.
Tell you what, he's not going to win any high jump competition, so it's a good thing he doesn't have to go too far to get to the rim.
I'm not sure he could, or any of us could slip a piece of paper under him when he takes off.
It doesn't matter much, Kevin, because he's such a big man. I mean, if he gets positioned, forget about it.
You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard. It'll pay off for them in the end.
Anthony kicks to LeBron. Over Collison. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He kicks it to Perkins. Outside Durant. Perkins with the screen for Durant. Off the pick. Uses full advantage to slam it down.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Jones checked in for Collison. Martin comes in for Kevin Durant. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for DeAndre Liggins. The Heat also changing it up. Mike Miller's checked in for Joel Anthony. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
Westbrook with the steal. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Jackson passes to Perkins. Ball stolen. He's got to push it. This is the Bosch. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Shots good by Miller.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yep, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Cole's got the ball. They grab their own miss. James goes up and lays it nice and easy. LeBron's now got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
Here's Westbrook. Miami grabs the miss. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Yeah, a lot of fans focused on that matchup for Detroit.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shots good by Miller.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Jones with the screen on Miller. Martin from outside.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Thunder out in front, leading by 6.
Next Monday night, Paul George and Indiana Pacers go up against the Denver Nuggets. It's the real deal.
As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke to find out who's had the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Thunder put together, they get the Uncontainable Game award. It was in the third quarter when things started falling their way, and they were able to build this lead. No doubt they'll try to keep that momentum going through the end.
Thank you, Doris. And how many times, guys, do we see a run like this become the difference maker in the outcome of a game?
Well, that usually is the case, Kevin, when one team can get on a run like they did, where they just feel so dominant offensively. More often than not, that's going to be the difference in the game.
And in this game, even at the very beginning of that run, you could see. Oh, look out.
Man, they are both lighting it up here.
Exciting basketball, Steve. I mean, it's been back and forth, each side dropping in points every chance they get.
And here's Westbrook. Right side, Durant. Back to Westbrook. There's the pass to Durant. Haslam on him. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Thunder. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Durant for 3. No good. And it's Miami the other way.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, a lot of times he'll hit that shot regardless of the defense.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. It's Durant on the wing. A 3-ball. Durant with another miss. The Heat trail by 7. And it's Wade penetrating. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Westbrook against Chalmers. Westbrook dishes to Collison. Can't get it to fall. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for the Thunder. Chris Bosh has checked in for Miami. LeBron comes in for Udonis Haslem. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Durant attacking. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And that's now 25 points for Kevin Durant. LeBron kicks to Bosh. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Martin against Chalmers. He passes to LeBron. Stolen by Martin. Westbrook passes to Durant. Back to Westbrook.
Tore it down that time. Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
The Heat trail by 9. Wade dishes to Chalmers. Back to Wade. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
D-Wade playing well. He has 15 points and 1 assist.
Pretty much unguardable out there. He has just been fantastic in this game.
Oh, it's been a stupendous performance, no doubt.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 8. Both free throws good from Wade. The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Westbrook drives in. It's rebounded by Bosch.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And Allen drops them both.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. It was a pretty upbeat huddle. He said, I'll bet they won't take us lightly next time, guys. Clearly, he was aware of their underdog status coming into this basketball game, guys.
And the Heat making a change here. Hazen's checked in.
And for a point guard, you love LUV. That finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Chalmers. 8 points for Chris Bosch.
And this team really dialed in from that mid-range area.
Seems like every hoop they get, Steve, is a step or 2 in from the three-point line. I mean, you got to take what the other team is giving you, and they're certainly doing that.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Outside for Martin. Offline with his 3.
Surprisingly, he hasn't really been a big part of their offense. I don't think he ever got into a rhythm.
Here's Wade. Kevin Durant with the rebound. The Thunder have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And the Thunder lead by 8.
You can just see his confidence rising every time he knocks one down beyond the arc.
Wade, double team. Haslam, back to Wade. Heat moving the ball around. Lobs the alley-oop pass. And LeBron throws it down.
Flawless alley-oop that time. That's some real stylish basketball there.
Almost looks like a play they've been rehearsing for a while.
Well, that's the beauty of the alley-oop. It appears that way, but really it's just timing and sort of an innate sense of awareness between 2 teammates.
Collison in the post. He's guarded by Haslam. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Heat. They're losing by 8. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Durant sends it back. Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Westbrook against Chalmers. Takes the three. And good on the basket. Book it. 31 points for Kevin Durant.
And they're closing this game out in style. I mean, I like what they're doing here, competing till the very end.
That's certainly what it looks like. I mean, there's no let-up in them so far.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of them, and they paid the price.
And here we go with Russell Westbrook. Durant for three. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Just point out the bounce. Show me the bounce. Yeah. Just point out the bounce. Yeah. Timbo the king. Yeah. Young Ho the king. Yeah. Just point out the bounce. Yes. Just point out the bounce. Yeah. Listen, rumor has it the blueprint.